Hey, Grandpa, can I ask you a question?
Why, sure, Johnny. Go right ahead.
Well, in school, we're learning all about voting. Did you know that you once had to be 21 to vote, but now you only have to be 18?
Why, yes, Johnny. I know that. The push for 18-year-olds to vote began when I was in World War II, when the draft age was lowered from 21 to 18.
Wow! You were there, Grandpa, when they done that?
Why, yes, Johnny. A lot of college campus became centers for anti-war protests activities, and the cry for if you're old enough to fight, you're old enough to vote. And they turned that over in 1971.
Yeah, Grandpa, that's what I learned in school today. 1971. But, Grandpa, do you really think that that's a good thing to do?
Well, this is how I feel, Johnny, if you really want to know. I believe at the age of 18, you are too young to really know the world or know what is needed to make it better.
Well, I think that might be a little bit true, Grandpa.
You are just starting your own when you turn 18. You are just getting to realize how the world is because you aren't being taken care of by your parents anymore.
Yeah, Grandpa, that's a pretty big change when you have to turn around and turn 18, get your own place, your own job, your own apartment. That's a lot of changes there. And that's when you get to find out how much everything really costs. Because you got electricity, you got car insurance.
Why, Johnny, I do believe you know a lot. That is really nice. But that's when you just finished school and have finally stopped being sheltered from the world. People don't realize how different things are in the world outside of the home where you were raised. Your parents tried to hide all the bad things going on, and they hide how they feel about the economy.
Yeah, Grandpa, we're learning a lot about that because that's a lot about what this voting this year is for sure. All about the economy. Nobody has jobs, everybody's suffering. So we're learning a lot about that in school. All about this whole voting thing. Boy, people are getting pretty upset.
Yes, Johnny, they really are. See, you can't possibly, at the age of 18, have an educated vote at that age. Just because you have the ability to fight in a war doesn't mean you are educated enough to vote for crucial things that may change how the country really is. To fight a war, you just have to be strong, have endurance, be able to take care of yourself enough, and maybe even help others.
Yeah, we learned a lot about the war too, Grandpa. That was pretty hard on everybody. All those men and women who went to fight in the war, that was really hard on them and their families at home too, because they had to be both mom and dad to all the kids. So that was hard for everyone.
Yes, dear, it was. None of this is education on the world. is just fighting in a war, which is very important, but it doesn't tell them or teach them about economy. None of that is telling you which leader is going to make the world a better place. War doesn't teach you that. I believe at the age of 21, you had a few years to see how the world is and to figure out exactly what needs to change and what needs to be left alone. You have had 3 years to get used to the world and think of what you want out of it. It is a much more reasonable age to start voting because you gained enough knowledge of the world by then.
That's true, Grandpa. By turning around and paying rent, paying electricity, paying your phone, paying insurance, paying for a car, and have to work to pay it all, I think you learned something. I think that is a good age.
Yes, Johnny, it is.
Grandpa, we learned about voting in school too, because we had to make believe we voted too in our class. See, Grandpa, what we did was we voted whether oatmeal cream pies or whippy pies were best for us to eat.
Whoa! Oatmeal cream pies and whippy pies? Oh my goodness! What a thing to vote on, but hey, I'd really like to know which one won.
Grandpa, don't leave me as a cookie. The dogs are after me. They're gonna eat me, Grandpa. Hurry, change me back.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Laura. I wasn't thinking about that. I guess I was just thinking too much. And when you think too hard, sometimes things come. I really meant to just make some small little oatmeal cream pie cookies for us to eat right now. Sorry, Laura.
Whew. It's okay, Grandpa. Sometimes you make me laugh, but you know what? Sometimes when you do these things, you really scare me. You scare me a lot. Oh my goodness, Grandpa. Oh, look, now the dogs are going to get the cookies. Can we eat them now, Grandpa? Can we?
Oh, yes, Laura. Go ahead, Johnny. You can have one too. There's one for each of us. Sorry, Laura. I do get carried away.
That's all right, Grandpa. I love you just the way you are.